Avery, when you are out on the mound, I see you as a completely different person. That competitor comes out. Am I on the right page there?
Yeah. I usually kind of switch mindsets and try to be a whole completely different person when I'm out there.
Right.
I really zone in, kind of get everything zoned out, don't really hear anything usually, and get ready to the batter.
Did that come naturally to you, or is it something someone taught you along the way?
No, I mean, when I was younger, there's still some times where you can see it pop through, but when I was younger, I'd let the dugout really get to me, like their dugout and stuff like that, and I would not do the smartest things on the mound.
Right. And I'm going to ask you about that in a second.
Yeah. But once I got to college, I'm 21 years old, you know what I mean?
Right.
I can't be doing that stuff.
Yeah. Well, now I hate to start things with an apology to you, but the other day against Dakota County Tech, I didn't realize it at the time, but it was so chippy on the field. You got the final out. You came out and kind of blew them a little kiss, or told them to quiet down or something.
Yeah.
At the time, and this is where the apology comes in. At the time, I said, don't do that. But gosh, then I kind of realized it. So I apologize. I think you were in the right there because sometimes you gotta protect yourself a little bit. I didn't want you to go all Will Smith on him, but that kind of thing. So I apologize.
No, it's all good. I mean, like I said, like little things like that. I mean, even like that, I got to be mature and like not let that really get to me. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, but it's just not right. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And like I've always been told, like since I was a kid, like when I do stuff like that, like if there's a scout out there and they're watching that and you see you do that, and that you're that type of guy. Like your name might be scratched off the list as soon. And I've been told that my whole life. So once I got to college, I was like, you know what, like maybe I should like grow up a little. You know what I mean? Grow up.
Well, let's leave that behind for a second because I want to ask you this. You talked about maturity. This is your third year.
Yes, it is.
Tell us a little bit about your story at North Central.
So my freshman year, I got here and pitched, and then of course COVID came and kind of ruined everything. And that team was really good.
Right.
Very good.
I remember.
Then towards the spring, my elbow started hurting again, and once I got into the summer, I started training again with my brother's younger team, and I would throw like live against them, and it got to the point where I couldn't even like pick up a baseball, like it hurt so bad, and luckily, my brother's old coach he pitched at Kansas State, and he had Tommy John, and he kind of told me, he's like, listen, like maybe like the signs that are going through, like you should probably go get an MRI. And at the time I didn't want to because I knew they were going to find something wrong. Yeah. But honestly, I'm glad it happened, and I'm glad he actually told me that because, I mean, who knows? Eventually, it wasn't fully torn, but, I mean, if I would have kept pitching on it, who knows? It probably would have just finally gave out.
Right.
And then it would have been bigger.
And that was before your second year at North Central?
Yeah, so it was a partial tear. So I actually tore it my junior year of high school.
Wow.
Yeah, and it healed, like it kind of re-healed and probably scar tissue and stuff in there.
Sure.
My senior year, and it didn't hurt, and my freshman fall. But then I went home and I started training at home, and I guess I did too much and it re-tore, and then I came back.
So you missed a whole year?
Yeah, I didn't play at all last year.
Yeah, because I remember you being in the press box a lot and doing a lot of the extra things for support, but didn't play.
Yeah.
So you're back this year for the first time, right?
I am, and for the full first time. Actually, this is the first full year I've been here.
Right. Okay. So how has the recovery been going?
It's been really good. It's really, really nice not to have my elbow hurt like that anymore. And I remember in the recovery process, because I stayed home my last fall, or like not last fall, but my sophomore fall to rehab. I remember it's the best feeling in the world to throw and not have it hurt.
Oh, I bet.
Like those first three throws are terrifying. And I mean, even now, I mean, like my mind, I know I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like I know my arm's not going to hurt, but I've pitched a certain way for so long because it hurt for so long. That my body sometimes, I can feel it. Sometimes my body's like bracing for that pain that I used to know.
Right.
But it's not there.
Do you think about it at all when you're on the mound in a game now?
No. I know I had a really good surgeon, so I know everything's good. And it's just, I know everything's good in there.
Okay. All of that adds up to your history, and I'd like to ask you what you've learned through that whole process. Before we get to that, though, when we see you on the mound, what are you throwing on the mound? What are your pitches, and what's your best pitch?
I throw 3 pitches. I throw a fastball, curveball, and a changeup.
Good.
Probably my best pitch is probably my curveball.
Really?
Honestly, because I've never been a real big velo guy. You know what I mean? I'm not going to really blow it past anybody, but like the curveball is usually working pretty good, and that's what my main. And that's always been like that since I was a kid.
What's the tilt on your curveball?
No, I have no idea.
I mean, do you have it's not a 612, it's more diagonal?
It's kind of like more like a slider almost.
Okay.
Like kind of, if I hold it one way, it'll drop more like like that, and then if I hold it another way, kind of more sweep.
So you have some variation on it. You can throw a couple different ones. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to that idea. What have you learned through this whole process of rehabbing and coming back?
I mean, I don't know. This is gonna sound cliche, and everybody says this, but like, don't take it for granted. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, last year was the first time I haven't played baseball in a full year since my whole life, and like, it's just crazy to, like, it's nobody realizes. Everybody takes it kind of for granted, and they don't realize that like at one point it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because like that whole year, I mean, last year was rough. Like, especially with the Tommy John, like the physical side of it was really rough, but also it's the mental side too, kind of breaking it down. Being able to throw, I don't know, like a football field length, and then getting surgery and not being able to throw 30 feet in front of you.
Oh, man. I can only imagine.
So it's big mental, like, it hurts mentally.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to power through it.
Tell me what's next for you. After this season is over, then where?
Not too sure yet. Hopefully, I mean, I'd love to keep playing. You know what I mean? I'd love to go to a 4-year and keep pitching there and see how everything goes. I'm going into marketing, or I'd like to go into sports marketing.
Right, yeah.
So I could stay around baseball for a little bit and stuff. But
good deal, good deal. Yeah. Well, I hope the best for you. Continue your recovery, and don't get hurt again. That's no fun at all.
Yeah, no,
that's no fun at all. Thank you so much, and Avery, appreciate that, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you pitch the rest of this year at least. So.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back with game number 2 in just a moment. Remember, you're going to have to log out, then log back in for game number 2 as we start that. Thank you so much, Avery.
Thank you.
And back in a moment.